From the Northway Bank Online Newsroom, I'm Gare McKenzie. This local and regional news update is brought to you by Northway Bank. A Northway Bank teller, want one to keep in your pocket? There's an app for that, now available for iPhone and Android. Download yours today. Northway Bank with 17 locations throughout New Hampshire. The people you know, the bank you trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. A spokesperson for the Carroll County Coalition for Public Health says more volunteers are needed for the Medical Reserve Corps. Volunteer Coordinator Terry Fraser Hooper says both medical and non-medical volunteers are needed so they can be trained to assist during disasters or emergencies. Hooper says the Medical Reserve Corps is a national organization started in response to the 9/11 attacks when thousands of people showed up to help, but officials weren't able to quickly verify their credentials or training. An information meeting for volunteers in Carroll County will be held tomorrow afternoon at Huggins Hospital in Wolfboro. The meeting starts at 5 o'clock at the old coffee shop near the adult daycare entrance. For more information, call the coalition at 603-301-1252 or see the website at c3ph.org. New Hampshire's House is voting Wednesday whether to legalize one casino that probably would be built along the southern border with Massachusetts. A special House committee voted 23-22 to recommend the House kill a Senate bill to legalize a casino with up to 5,000 slot machines and 150 table games. Under House rules, the recommendation to kill the bill must be defeated to consider other options, including passing the bill. If the House decides to consider passing the bill, it may vote on 10 or more amendments to it. Governor Maggie Hassan has been lobbying hard for the bill's passage to make casino gambling another source of revenue for the state. Hassan says she supports legalizing only one casino, but critics argue more casinos would be legalized eventually. In Maine news, some members of the Maine legislature's budget writing committee say they were surprised by the projected funding shortfall at the Department of Health and Human Services, but the DHHS commissioner says lawmakers had plenty of warning. The Appropriations Committee held a rare meeting yesterday to ask Commissioner Mary Mayhew about her department's financial problems, but Governor Paul LePage was not allowed to speak. Rebuffed, he left the room near the end of the session, but not before telling members Maine residents, quote, are being played for patsies. Mayhew told LePage Friday DHHS will run out of money to pay Medicaid providers in 3 weeks before a new budget goes into effect. LePage then called on Democratic leaders to approve a budget so the state can meet its obligations. In sports, there's no shortage of praise for Pittsburgh Pirate and Conway native Jeff Locke, who pitched 7 scoreless innings yesterday in Pittsburgh and earned the 1-0 shutout win against the Houston Astros. New Hampshire Fisher Cats beat the New Britain Rock Cats 7-4 in Connecticut to sweep that weekend series. The Binghamton Mets beat the Portland Sea Dogs 8-5 yesterday at Hadlock Field in Portland. The Red Sox beat the Minnesota Twins 5-1 for their 5th straight win. The Sox begin a 3-game series today in Chicago against the White Sox. And the Boston Bruins have taken a 2-0 lead in the Eastern Conference semifinal series after beating the New York Rangers 5-2 yesterday. In the weather today, cloudy, a chance of showers mainly this morning. Highs in the mid-70s. Light winds becoming northwest around 10 miles per hour this afternoon. Mostly cloudy tonight, a chance of showers after midnight, lows in the lower 50s. Northwest winds around 10 miles per hour in the evening, becoming light. And showers likely on Tuesday, highs in the mid-60s. From the Northway Bank Online Newsroom, I'm Gare McKenzie.